So before we jump into the Tarkin review, let's have a look what's happened so far this week.
I felt a great disturbance in the Force, as if millions of voices suddenly cried out in terror and were suddenly silenced. I fear something terrible has happened.
Anything else? No.
Welcome back to another episode of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. As always, it's me, the Smithie D. A big massive thank you to Knights Templar for this amazing Tarkin footage. In this video I'm going to be looking at the new reworked Grand Moff Tarkin. Before this rework I probably would have graded Tarkin a villain, which is my lowest tier grade. What will he be graded today? Let's find out. At 7-star max gear, Grand Moff Tarkin has 15,820 health with a protection of 17,349. His speed is 134 with potency of 33%, tenacity of 29%, and he also has health steal at 15%. He does however have 3,318 special damage. His base speed has been increased to 134. This is a character without a doubt has been my hardest to review. I've come back to this review many times and changed things, researched more into it, because there's definitely more than meets the eye. His health and protection may appear low and squishy, but his unique really does turn him into a character that can absorb a lot of reduced damage. This is a character right here that most of us will already have, or you've already considered farming him, and that wasn't for his base stats or his abilities, but mostly because he has a beast of a capital ship. So we're going to move on to his reworked abilities and have a look at his Zetas. His basic at level 8 Omega Grand Moff's attack deal physical damage to one target. This attack deals 10% more damage for each living ally. Tarkin gains 50% potency, stacking until the next time ultimate firepower is used. So what you have here is a basic attack that receives extra damage for living allies around him. It also stacks potency every time this attack is used until his special ultimate firepower is triggered. As this attack specialises in stacking, some of the best ways to utilise this is placing Tarkin in a team that allows him to assist and counterattack out of his turn. The Omega on this ability is definitely a must. This will not work with the stacking without the Omega. Ultimate Firepower is his first special ability. This has a 4-turn cooldown. Omega at level 8, this deals special damage to all enemies with a 100% chance to remove 50% of their turn meter. This attack gains offense equal to double Tarkin's potency percentage. So how this works, you would stack Tarkin with enough potency from mods and his Zeta unique, which we will go into detail, but you would also use his basic attack to stack at extra amounts of potency. Then you would just unleash this ability and go for a huge AoE attack. Or you could use this special ability to remove 50% turn meter. Are you thinking what I am thinking? This sounds great under a Zeta lead in the Rancor raid. And this works great for Arena because it has a 100% chance. Again, you're going to want to Omega this ability because again, it's the removal of turn meter that it's giving you. So definitely Omega that. His second special ability is called Intimidation Tactics. This has a 3-turn cooldown, Omega at level 8. Gain potency up for 3 turns, then inflict critical chance down and offense down for 3 turns on all enemies. Rebel enemies cannot resist these debuffs, then gain 15% turn meter for each debuffed enemy. If the enemy rebel characters had tenacity up, the debuffed effects from this special ability will still apply to them. This special ability does a great job applying crucial debuffs such as offense down and critical chance down. If it has not been considered as of yet, this would be a great ability versus the new Ahsoka Tano. Omega in this ability is completely up to yourself. I would always advise on characters to follow Omega and get the best out of them, especially when they've got starships, capital ships, So I would say yes, do it, but it's not the #1 priority straight off the bat, and you could do this at a later date. His leadership ability is called Tighten the Grip. Zeta at level 8, Empire allies gain 30 speed, inflict defense down and expose for 2 turns on enemies that fall below 100% health during Empire allies' turn. This effect cannot be resisted. This Zeta leadership is a bit part counter to Sharut and Baze with regards to the expose and defense down when enemies fall below 100% health on Empire allies' turn. We all know how many heal over time Sharut and Baze actually get and how much they do heal, so this is going to be a kind of counter that's going to quite work very well versus them sort of characters or any character that heals themselves out of turns or within turns. Again, this brings us back to the new Ahsoka Tano. If you wasn't already aware, she cleanses all negative effects on her on any turn, so that's on enemy, ally or even her own, but at the cost of damaging herself of 10% of her max health per debuffed cleanse. So if you can imagine, if she's running in a rebel team with Sharut and Baze, they're giving her heal over time, she's constantly going back to 100% health. This is definitely going to be great for characters like herself to really do some damage before she gets to go. You could also use Emperor Palpatine's special ability, Let the Hate Flow, to kick these effects in when enemy characters have 100% health or full health and protection. This then is going to allow you to bypass that protection and apply some exposes and defense down. The speed from this leadership is quite nice, but considering Palpatine is the only Empire character that can bypass protection, the Zeta on this leadership may be wasteful. And Emperor Palpatine can only bypass the protection on one of his special abilities. In my opinion, I wouldn't Zeta this leadership right now or for the foreseeable future. Without the Zeta on this leadership, you're still going to be getting 28 speed and Empire allies are still going to be inflicting defense down. His unique is called Callous Conviction. Zeta at level 8, Grand Moff Tarkin gains 100% defense equal to his potency percentage and 20% potency per debuffed enemy. The Zeta part of this unique is the 20% potency for each debuffed enemy. So from his basic attack all the way through his abilities and unique, we have a character that specialises in stacking potency, kind of like the Death Star powering up. Then like the Death Star, he's going to have some ultra high defense. Let's break this down a little. Let's say you mod your Tarkin with 100% potency. So when entering the battle, he is already going to be getting 100% defense increase. Every time Tarkin's basic is used, this is adding an additional 50% potency, which is an additional 50% defense. So effectively, you could be pushing your Tarkin to a 600% defense increase before unleashing ultimate firepower. Once you do unleash ultimate firepower, you're resetting the stacking build from his basic. This is one way of using Tarkin anyway. Zeta in this unique is completely up to yourself. It can speed up the build up, but it is completely dependent on debuffed enemies. You're still going to be able to do the same thing Zetaed or unZetaed. So we've gone over his stats, we've gone over his abilities, now it's time to look at the good, the bad and the ugly. As always, let's start with the good. He has a great capital ship for the fleet arena and is worth the investment in gear and star levels for that alone. His capital ship has a reinforcement buff change. Previously, reinforcements would enter with potency up. Now they will enter with the retribution buff, which is a game changer in fleet. To unlock the Zeta challenge, you're going to need to have Tarkin, so you're going to need to unlock him anyway. His leadership is a speed-based leadership that makes TIE Fighter Pilot, who already is the fastest base speed character, even faster. The rework that has happened to Tarkin has made him into a tanky attacking character, with the ability to nuke the enemy team if left unchecked. The longer Tarkin is left alone, the harder it will become to take him down. He's able to apply a good amount of debuffs and he is an anti-rebel character. He also grants himself some insane amounts of potency. And finally, he can remove a good amount of turn meter, making Tarkin great for the arena, but even more outstanding for the pit. Empire are in a desperate need of a cleanser to make them fully viable in the arena. I do find his Zeta abilities a little bit underwhelming for the cost of the ability mats. They don't really make Tarkin much different from what he is already capable of. So we've gone over the good, we've gone over the bad, now let's have a look at the ugly. Depending how you plan to use your Tarkin in your team, on the defense, Tarkin could be controlled completely different. For an example, if I was to use him in the arena, I would stack him as much as possible to go for that big damaging attack. The AI, however, will play Tarkin a little bit different from this. We're now at the point where I'm going to grade this character superhero, hero, vigilante, or villain. This character can be used as a mini nuclear weapon if modded and stacked correctly. We are only now scratching the surface of his full potential. This character gains some insane amounts of potency, which also provides him with an extra defensive percentage, which left unchecked and left alone could be really difficult to deal with him in the later stages. While we already have a lot of Empire leaderships in the game, like Saxon, that really fits Tarkin's style. But I feel the right one to make him part of a meta is unreleased as of yet. Empire still need a cleanser, and when they do get one, oh boy, the Empire strikes back. I've decided to grade Tarkin a hero, which is equivalent of a B. If he isn't one you'll use today, you will use him tomorrow. So what is your thoughts on Tarkin? Are you going to still Zeta him? I know you've probably got him geared because he has a great capital ship, and you've probably got him started for that matter, but will you be going that extra mile and building that specialist squad around him? Let me know in the comments below. If you've enjoyed this video and enjoyed the style of video, then please make sure that you are leaving a like and subscribing. Thank you very much for watching the video, and I do hope you've enjoyed this honest review. I'm the Smithie D, may the force be with you, always.